present the candidates for the Certificate in Medical Laboratory Sciences, Bachelor of Science degree in Medical Laboratory Sciences, and the Professional Masters. Kirsten, distinguished faculty, staff, family, friends, and graduates. Welcome to the 2024 commencement ceremony for the Medical Laboratory Sciences and Occupational Therapy programs in the University of Minnesota's College of Pharmacy. I am Dr. Donna Spanis-Martin, Program Director of the Medical Laboratory Sciences program. It is my honor and privilege to preside at this celebration today alongside my colleague, Dr. Diane Anderson, Program Director of the Occupational Therapy program, and present to you the graduates of these two distinguished programs. As we begin this joyous event in this beautiful space, let's take a moment to acknowledge the University of Minnesota campuses were built on the traditional homelands of the Dakota and the Ojibwe and scores of other indigenous peoples who have walked on these lands from time immemorial. We recognize the long-standing relationship between the land and the indigenous peoples, the traditional stewards of this land. We acknowledge the violence of colonialism and ongoing racism towards indigenous people. We are growing in our realization that the healthcare system, meant to protect and heal people, has supported structures of racism causing ongoing trauma and health inequities. By living here, working here, and using the resources of this place, and in this moment of We Are One, we now participate in this experience. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Medical Laboratory Sciences Program student speaker, Melanie Watson. Melanie Watson's passion for science started in her early childhood and expanded during her college career. During her time at the University of Minnesota, she has been involved in the University of Minnesota's Health Sciences Student Consultative Committee, president for the Medical Laboratory Sciences Program, and a CAPE representative to help educate undergraduate students. She was a laboratory assistant at a nearby hospital for 3 years to enhance her passion for the laboratory. Melanie has accepted a medical laboratory scientist position and is moving back to Madison, Wisconsin. She is planning on hosting more Red Cross blood drives and educating those in Wisconsin about medical laboratory science to continue making a difference in the community. Please welcome Melanie Watson.
Good morning, friends, family, faculty, and now fellow medical laboratory scientists. I'm extremely honored to be speaking today and representing this program in this amazing institution. We are the 101st graduating class, graduating from the first ever bachelor degree medical technology program in the United States that was created in 1922. The program began offering a certificate and master's degree in 2010, and now our program has moved to the College of Pharmacy. It's incredible to think about how much this program has achieved, overcome, and evolved. We have been preceded by over a century of medical laboratory scientists, some of who have taught us all we know. I may be biased, but I think we may be the best class to graduate from this program. We all loved when our professors included pictures of them from when they were students, who once sat in our very own spots. At some point in the lab, it was all manual testing, mouth pipetting, students hovering over microscopes, and no lab safety. Now we can confidently say technology has brought next-level instrumentation, safer, and more accurate testing. The pace of change will never be slower than it is today, and I'm excited to be a part of what will come next. But one thing that hasn't changed is the love for science to help people live healthier lives. That is exactly what brings meaning to our profession. The people that came before us helped shape where we are today. The people in this room will help shape tomorrow. We'll use this past as a source of inspiration, not of limitation. As I mentioned before, our faculty has taught us how to be the best scientists we can be. Without them, we would not be here. I would like to thank every single one of you for the amount of work, compassion, and effort you have put into this program. The amount of review sessions, office hours, and emotional support has been extraordinary. I hope you know the impact you have had. Small words of encouragement, conversations, it all mattered to us. You challenged us and made our success your main goal. There were many times throughout the rigorous curriculum that we thought we could not succeed. But we were always reminded from multiple professors that the only limitations we have are the ones we put on ourselves. And I think that is something to emphasize going forward in our profession. We have a concrete foundation thanks to our amazing faculty, and this will echo through our careers. And to all of our family and friends, I cannot thank you enough for all of the support. As everyone probably knows at this point, we were glued to our desks throughout most of the year. This was a difficult year, and we would not have made it this far without your unwavering support, even if at times you had no idea what we were talking about. I know my friends had said they never thought E. coli would have been such a hot topic of conversation before this year, and I'm sure I scared them talking about all the different parasites we learned about. Finally, I want to thank my fellow classmates from the bottom of my heart. The amount of support, dedication, and collaboration we have seen is what made this learning environment a success. This journey has not been easy. It is not supposed to be easy. It is the heart that makes it worthwhile, and without each and every one of you by my side, I would not have made it this far. I can confidently say we are all thankful for the generosity and support of the students in this program. That is one thing that we can all proudly say about this year. We all wanted to help each other succeed academically and professionally. It was never a competition around achieving the highest grade or doing better than the person next to you. Throughout the year, we all created our own little study groups where we like to say we trauma bonded together. Those memories we made will be something I will never forget. Also, without everyone's Quizlets, I'm sure my grades would have dropped significantly. We all wanted each and every one of us to find success in the program, and here we all are today. We did it. Some of us have completed our clinical semester, and some of us are just starting. No matter where we are at, it's clear we are a pretty amazing group of students. We will encounter challenges, but this program has taught us how to resolve in the face of adversity. Many of us were told that the preceptors we would encounter would be able to tell a University of Minnesota student from any other school, and that was exactly true. We were told how advanced our skills were, not only from the different clinical sites, but from our professors. And I think that is something we should be proud of. We worked hard this year, and it's clearly something that is recognized and should be celebrated. Fellow classmates, I'm extremely proud of each of you for reaching this amazing goal. You are incredible, intelligent, enthusiastic, and strong. We did something that some of us thought was impossible at the time. We studied countless hours and made many sacrifices to navigate this program. We are ready to take on the real world, and wherever we go, I know we will succeed because of the skills we've obtained. And lastly, the boards have nothing on a group of students like us.
Thank you, Melanie. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Diane Anderson, Program Director of the Occupational Therapy Doctorate Program. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our student commencement speaker, Annika Evers. Annika is an OTD student from Rochester, Minnesota. She earned her Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences from the University of Minnesota Rochester in 2020 before starting the OTD program at the University of Minnesota Rochester in fall 2021. Annika has served as chair of her cohort throughout her time in the OTD program. Annika completed her doctoral capstone experience at Quick Trip Kids Learning Center in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The focus of her data-driven project was training staff members on how to promote social, emotional development through play in early childhood. Annika recently moved to Holland, Wisconsin, and accepted a full-time position as a school-based occupational therapist in elementary and early childhood. Please welcome to the podium, Annika Evers.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Annika Evers, and I am the chair of the Rochester cohort. It feels surreal to stand in front of you all today. Many of us have spent most of our lives up to this point participating in the occupation of education. We have relied on the environmental supports of technology and relationships. Deprived of the occupations of sleep and social participation, our global mental functions were put to the test. Our performance patterns changed drastically as we transitioned from classes to fieldwork to capstone. Ever-changing contexts made establishing routines difficult and maintaining wellness next to impossible. Constantly being asked to adapt and create and enhance when sometimes maintain and compensate was all that we could do. I'd love to tell you that we've made it and it's smooth sailing from here, but I'm not one to give false hope. There will always be environmental barriers and personal factors impacting our ability to participate in our desired occupations. We might be forced to break habits or asked to step into unfamiliar roles, but I know that we are all capable of creative problem solving, task modification, and mode switching. For those not familiar with OT jargon, that roughly translates to fake it till you make it, and we're experts. I knew going into this program that occupational therapy wasn't a super well understood profession, but I realized just how much we would have to advocate when our very first assignment as doctoral students was explaining occupational therapy, what we do, and why it matters. We've explained and re-explained occupational therapy countless times, yet we'll still end a session and hear the client on their phone with their loved one saying how great they did in PT. But that's okay. We didn't choose this profession because we wanted others to recognize us. We chose this profession because we want to help people do the things that are meaningful to them, the things that bring them joy, give them purpose, and make life meaningful. We chose this profession because we are passionate about accessibility and inclusivity. We chose this profession because we are willing to speak out against injustices and challenge the societal perception of what a meaningful life looks like, and that matters a whole lot more than being recognized. As we transition from our roles as students and step into our new roles as practitioners, I urge you to maintain the same passion and drive that got you here today. Remember all of the chaos, confusion, frustration, exhaustion, and joy you experienced during this time I felt is best described as an occupational whirlwind. And then remember that every client you see is in the midst of their own whirlwind, and your job is to jump in with them and help them navigate the storm. But for now, take a breath and give yourselves a round of applause because you survived the longest 3 years of your life. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Annika. We would now like to recognize students in our graduating class who have received Medical Laboratory Sciences awards and scholarships. Medical Laboratory Sciences offers a certificate, a baccalaureate degree, and a professional master's level degree program requiring full-time dedicated study in the upper division courses of the degree. Through the generosity of our many alumni and program friends, we have a large number of scholarships awarded to students who have demonstrated academic excellence and the potential for significant contributions to the laboratory science profession. Each year, donations to our scholarships make it possible for students to afford textbooks needed for classroom success, meet the increasing cost of tuition, or find temporary housing during clinical rotations in rural areas. In the academic year 2023-2024, we awarded over $670,790 in scholarships to deserving students. That's over $500,000 to our MLS students. For a program this size, I think that's pretty amazing. And we owe a lot of credit to our amazing alumni for their generous support of our students. Congratulations, graduates. Please welcome Dr. Diane Anderson back to the podium to present the Occupational Therapy Awards and Scholarships.
The Occupational Therapy Program is a doctoral level professional program requiring 3 years of full-time dedicated study after completion of a bachelor's degree. Occupational therapy offers several fellowship opportunities each year awarded to students demonstrating academic excellence and potential for remarkable contributions to our profession. Our students also receive several prestigious scholarships from outside the program. The dollars our alumni and friends give to the fellowship funds make an enormous impact on the success of our programs and our students. In the last academic year, the program awarded almost $92,800 in scholarships. Congratulations to this year's award recipients. And now it is my honor to introduce today's commencement keynote speaker. Dr. Brian Sick is the Vice Provost and Professor of Medicine and Pediatrics at the University of Minnesota Medical School. His research, educational work, and leadership over his 20 years on the faculty is within the field of interprofessional education at the University of Minnesota, where he serves as a Vice Provost for the Academic Health Sciences, Co-Director for the Center of Interprofessional Health, and the Medical Director of the Phillips Neighborhood Clinic, which is a highly regarded and very popular interprofessional, student-run, free clinic. Welcome, Dr. Sick.
Interim Dean Pittenger, Drs. Spanis, Martin, and Anderson, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, and especially students, on behalf of the Provost, I begin by saying congratulations to you, class of 2024. I also want to recognize all of you who are here supporting your graduates. Everybody on stage here knows that it takes a team to educate a health professional. And you, as the support structure behind your graduate, are the most integral members of the team. So there's several reasons that I'm honored to have the opportunity to talk with all of you students today. First, I get to congratulate all of you on completing your field of study. Healthcare is a wonderful discipline grounded in service to others, and I'm proud to welcome you to the healthcare team. Second, I'm honored to represent the Provost's office on this special day. And finally, on a personal note, as a huge horror movie fan, I'm thrilled that your commencement is on Friday the 13th. I'd be lying if I told you that it does not cross my mind when I was asked if I would do the commencement address today. So I want to share with you some personal experiences I've had with your two professions, which illustrate the importance of working interprofessionally across the professions. Although I am just one physician, I know similar stories about your professions can be told many times over by others across the health professions. As some of you may know, one of my roles here at the University of Minnesota is as the medical director for the Phillips Neighborhood Clinic, which is a free student-run clinic in South Minneapolis. In fact, this is my 17th year in that role. It's a role which brings with it a lot of satisfaction, pride, and gratitude for all that we can do in the community to care for people who fall through all the cracks that exist in our healthcare delivery system. It's a humbling experience. An especially meaningful activity we do in the Phillips Neighborhood Clinic is a narrative medicine project through which we capture the stories of patients who come to the clinic. We then use these de-identified stories to orient and educate the students who volunteer in the clinic about the patient population we serve. They're powerful stories of where people came from, what they had to do to endure, how they persist despite the challenges in their lives, and what it takes to be a patient in our healthcare system. This is exemplified by this patient quote. There's a lot of gaps in care. Wherever we go, they don't have your backstory. They can't just look it up and have your story right at their fingers. So I know we can never know the story of all those who walk through our doors, but I take it as a personal responsibility to do my best to ensure the students who volunteer in the clinic listen to these stories and then use what they're telling us to provide the best care we can. When we use these stories, it has an impact. As one student told us, it was amazing to hear the story that the patient told. And it reminded me that it's so easy to judge people. But if you get to know them and build a relationship, you can better understand where they're coming from. A key piece of what makes the Phillips Neighborhood Clinic such a successful clinic and educational opportunity is that it's an interprofessional clinic. This means that students and their supervisors from 13 different professions volunteer side by side, caring for individuals, families, and the community. I'm excited every year that we have nearly 300 students and 100 healthcare professionals volunteer in the clinic and learn about how to work together to care for underserved populations. The medical lab science and occupational therapy programs are an integral part of that interprofessional team. As I mentioned, working in this clinic is a humbling experience. During one of my first conversations with the medical lab science program about joining the Phillips Neighborhood Clinic, I learned that I did not know what I did not know. I'm sure all of the medical laboratory science graduates know what the CLIA, or Clinical Laboratory Improvement Amendments program is. Seeing some nods, good. This is a program that provides the quality and that promotes the quality and reliability of laboratory tests performed across the nation through a certification program that I did not know about. We had a point of care testing and a microscope, but no certification to use them. So with the help of our medical lab science faculty and students, we were able to determine which labs we should be doing, which we should not be doing, and developed standard operating procedures and how-to guides so that we could provide safe, reliable tests for our patients. We now have a certified CLIA-waived laboratory and have had a continual presence of medical laboratory science students and faculty associated with the clinic since then. My story with occupational therapy has a similar theme. During medical school and residency, I learned that to discharge a patient from the hospital to a transitional or long-term care facility, they needed to be assessed for their rehabilitation needs. Therefore, we always wrote an order for PT, OT, evaluate, and treat. And as Annika just said, so I never quite knew that that meant two different professions. It's physical therapy and occupational therapy. It wasn't until years later that I understood that occupational therapy was a separate profession from physical therapy. And it's much more recently that I learned how much broader the scope of practice for occupational therapy is than I thought. When the occupational therapy program started talking to me about participating in the clinic, I've been working with occupational therapy educational programs for years. So I was a bit embarrassed to find out how much I did not know about what they did clinically. I learned how occupational therapy can help with finding or making devices to help people with impairments, or how they can help people remember to take their medications. The list of conditions for which they had direct and unique experience and expertise was broad. Smoking cessation, diabetes self-management, pain management, and more. These are all conditions we see every day in the Phillips Neighborhood Clinic. And here was a profession I knew too little about that can add so much more to the care we provide. So like medical lab science, the occupational therapy students and their faculty have had a consistent presence in the Phillips Neighborhood Clinic since then. So what's this all have to do with real life? The Phillips Neighborhood Clinic, it's a student-run clinic, and it's not the real world, I get it. But let me tell you, one of the essential elements of working across professions is learning about each other as people. We all know from our daily lives that getting to know others breaks down barriers. But when we learn with, from, and about other professions, we can break down professional barriers and improve the care we provide. So when Tammy from lab calls and tells me that her patient may be having a transfusion reaction, or Corey from occupational therapy tells me that the elderly patient we care for can no longer open jars and may need additional hand therapy and adaptive equipment, I know them personally, or at the very least have known medical lab scientists and occupational therapists from my training, which allows us to more quickly address the issue at hand because I know their expertise and how it differs from and complements my own. The Phillips Neighborhood Clinic and the full range of interprofessional education curriculum that you've been exposed to throughout your time as a student, starting with that first year Better Together course, as you know, has been working towards a goal of learning from, with, and about each other to improve health outcomes. Now, as you move into your professional careers, let me leave you with advice I share with students from all professions. Advocate for and highlight to others the unique knowledge and skills you bring to as a key member of that interprofessional team. This is true for every profession, but there's some professions that are not in the public eye or as well known as others. Unfortunately, most of what we learn about various health professions is via popular media or limited direct exposure. This means that some professions, such as nursing, pharmacy, physicians, veterinarians, all have some exposure. So these professionals need to untell the stories and re-educate the public, and even members of the healthcare team, that what they read about or what they think they know about the profession is not entirely accurate. For your professions, you can create your own narrative because they're less well known. Seize that opportunity and tell and show others what you can do on the team every chance you get. Make sure they understand your role on the team. Speak up when there's something that will improve care. If they don't listen, say it again and say it to others. What you have learned in your program is essential to patients and health professionals on the team that care for them. It's now up for you to meaningfully engage on these interprofessional teams to advance the health of individuals and their communities, and to ensure we all have the knowledge and tools to deliver the best care possible. So on behalf of the Provost and the Health Science programs, I wish you the very best and congratulations. Thank you for your attention. I look forward to working with all of you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sig. At this time, I would like to introduce Allie Foley, member of the Medical Laboratory Sciences program, to read the names of our MLS graduates as they cross the stage, and Dr. Terry Ann Jones to assist me in handing out the diploma covers. I present the candidates for the Certificate in Medical Laboratory Sciences, Bachelor of Science degree in Medical Laboratory Sciences, and the Professional Masters of Medical Laboratory Sciences, the Academic Certificate or degree. Graduates, will you please enter the stage to receive your diploma cover as recognition of your academic achievement. Riley Shoemaker. Mira Storms. Tina Chi. Kirsten Dew. Megan Hare. Samhar Kiffel. Elizabeth Lorge. Valada Ognamia. Julia Minuskin. Samira Mohammed. Alex Moldenhauer. Grace Parsons. Anthony Pham. Catherine Scott. Kala Swenson. Ryan Tran. Shakria T. Melanie Watson. Allison Blaskowski. Lexi Farrell. Ashley Helmgrimson. Melissa Hernandez Balmaceda. Bao Yi Ma. Nirirath Men. Ni Pham.
Let's go!
Sophia Sandikian. Oyin Tran. Thank you, Allie. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Certificate in Medical Laboratory Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Sciences, and the Professional Masters of Medical Laboratory Sciences. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, I welcome Dr. Anderson for the presentation of the candidates for Doctor of Occupational Therapy.
At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Patricia Shaver, faculty member of the Occupational Therapy Program, who will read the names of our OT graduates as they cross the stage. Dr. Terry Ann Jones, the OT department head and faculty member, will then place the doctoral hood on the graduates, signifying their completion of program requirements. And I will hand out the diploma covers. I present these graduates for the degree Doctor of Occupational Therapy. Graduates, please enter the stage and receive your hood and diploma acknowledgement of your academic achievement.
Abduwali Abdullahi. Amy Awesome. Sarah Bockenheimer. Casey Bartasal. Megan Bamboon. Lauren Bertrand. Shelby Bill. Sydney Blake. Mackenzie Blickham. Emily Betkier. Samantha Boyd. Ashton Breeze. Jenna Bryhan. McKenna Burke. Jessica Carlson. Jillian Dahl. Felice Dickman. Zachary Engel. Annika Evers. Chelsea Falgren. Oriana Freeman. Sydney Goodvigan. Zemzem Haley. Haley Hargroder. Katie Haubecker. Aaron Hilligans. Jordan Ivy. Catherine Luke. Sarah Miller. Madison Morrow. Alejandra Munoz Salas. Petra O'Connor. Callie Palmquist. Joshua Polanski. Rachel Pop. Catherine Ratajczyk. Grace Reinhardt. Emily Charlotte. Brianna Spicer. Kayla Starzinski. Sylvia Swanson. Mesa Tollefson. Anita Vang. Bailey Waldhauser. Ashley Weddington. Sarah Yackley. Briktawit Zodi.
Thank you, Drs. Shaver and Jones. This concludes the presentation of graduates for the Doctor of Occupational Therapy. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Amy Pittenger, Interim Dean of the University of Minnesota College of Pharmacy, for the conferral of certificates and degrees.
Will the graduates from the Certificate in Medical Laboratory Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Sciences, the Professional Masters in Medical Laboratory Sciences, and the Doctor of Occupational Therapy please rise? Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the Board of Regents, I now confer upon you the degrees for which you qualified. Congratulations, graduates. Please join me in recognizing their achievements.
And now, as new graduates, you are able to wear your tassel on the right side of your hat to signify your graduation. If you ever forget which side you should wear it on, remember that it's worn on the left side over your heart to remind you of your alma mater. Graduates, please turn to face the audience. Of our students have contributed to the success of our graduates. To all of you who are joining us in this room and live via live stream, Please know that we are incredibly grateful for everything you have done to help these graduates reach this milestone. So finally, if you are able to do so, will the mothers and fathers, husbands, wives, partners and children, grandmothers and grandfathers, aunts and uncles, sisters and brothers, significant others, and friends of our graduates, please rise so that we can applaud you for your significant contributions to our graduates. Thank you. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to reintroduce Dr. Donna Spanis-Martin and Dr. Corey McGee, who will lead us all in singing Hail Minnesota. You can find a copy of the words on the back of your program. Everyone, again, please stand for it.
I would like to thank the university staff who planned and carried out today's commencement ceremonies and express my appreciation to faculty and administrators who participated. Your presence means a great deal to us and our graduates. Finally, another hearty thank you to some of the most important advocates in these students and now graduates' lives, the families, friends, and support networks who have provided unquantifiable and invaluable support. Thank you. Graduates, let me be the first to offer my warmest congratulations and best wishes for a prosperous and successful future. This day signifies a new beginning for each of you. You earned the degrees conferred upon you today, but you've also earned the right to be associated with a very special group of individuals. You can now call yourselves alumni of the University of Minnesota. This is an incredible milestone in your life and the life of this university. I wish you all the very best and hope you enjoy your day of celebration with your family and friends. As we conclude, graduates, please wait in your seats until the faculty marshals usher you to stand and exit your row. Audience members, we ask that you remain seated until our faculty and graduates have recessed. Everyone is invited to proceed directly to the lobby of the auditorium for a reception. Thank you all very much for being here today, and congratulations, graduates.